Welcome back to our live feed. So again, from time to time, we get questions and comments about breathalyzers and about impaired driving and the laws governing impairment. And so it makes sense for us to have this live feed every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. where we can answer some of those questions or discuss some of those comments, where we can add more value to your experience with being with us, especially in this lockdown time when we have some time, just to be of better service to you, our beloved members and friends, in appreciation for all your supports and everything that you do for us. So last week we spoke about the factors that may affect your personal BRAC reading. And this week, we're going to do something different. I would like to clear up a misconception I heard and ensure that we disabuse your minds or friends of that notion if you indeed do harbor that misconception yourself. Okay? Ready? Let's begin, shall we? Okay, so a young lady, who shall remain nameless, said paying attention to your BRAC makes no sense. It doesn't really matter anyway, because 2 summers ago, she and her friends were driving in the carpool lane, and their exit was coming up, and they were in the carpool lane. Remember that. Their exit was fast approaching, and so they crossed the solid carpool lane line when she says, of course, it was safe to do so because nobody was behind her, according to her, and their exit was coming up. So they crossed all those lines to try to rush to their exit. Now, the long and short of the story is they were pulled over by police, and rightly so. And her friend who was driving the car, she says, blew way below 0.05. He blew between like a 0.04 and a 0.03, sorry, and a 0.04. And he was still charged with driving under the influence. So her argument to me is, well, if he could still be charged with a DUI and he blew below the legal limit, then what's the point of knowing your BRAC? Okay, well, let's unpack this. First of all, tracking your BRAC is important. It's always better to know where you are or where your BRAC is, so you can make an informed driving decision. That's the first thing, okay? If you're going to have a drink while you're out, you better have a plan to get home, and I better have a plan that's safe, okay? Keeping an eye on your BRAC and keeping an eye on your designated driver's BRAC is just a common sense part of that plan, okay? Secondly, there is never, ever a safe time to cross the carpool lane when the line is solid, okay? Never. So we use our own judgments when the line is broken. That's when it's safe to cross. But when the line is solid, it's never safe to cross, regardless if you think someone is behind you or not, okay? So especially now, think about this. Her carpool lane is in the left lane, and they're trying to get to their exit, which is all the way on the right. So they had to cross several lanes to get to their exit. Okay, and she said, by her own admission, that the exit was fast approaching. That's just not being prepared to get to your exit. Preparedness is very important. Same thing with drinking, okay? That's the second thing. Third of all, if I was a cop, I would pull them over too. Before even thinking that they might be inebriated or not, before even testing the driver, I would wonder if the driver is in his or her right mind, because to me, that is erratic and unsafe driving. That's the third thing. Fourth of all, a person's BRAC isn't the only factor that is considered in determining whether a DUI, which is driving under the influence, or DWI, which is driving while intoxicated, is given to a driver. Okay, let me repeat that. A person's BRAC isn't the only factor that is considered in determining whether a DUI or DWI is given to a driver, okay? If you are driving in such a way to cause enough concern for an officer to pull you over, and you are found with any amount of alcohol or any amount of a mind-altering substance in your system, you can be charged with a DUI or DWI. regardless if you blow under the limit or not. Okay? This is why, friends, the law says impaired to any degree. So if you're driving recklessly, like crossing lanes, and you blow a .01, it is still considered a degree of impairment. So please, don't think because your BRAC is beneath the legal limit, that means it's a free-for-all and you can break the rules of the roads and you'll get away and you won't get a DUI. You'll get a slap on the wrist. No, it doesn't. Degree of any impairment to any degree, okay? Friends, the point of the matter is to stay safe. Stay safe while driving. Breaking the rules of the roads is never ever safe, regardless of how sober you are or how sober you think you are, okay? So I'm glad we were able to clear that up. So just to recap, 1, it's important to know your BRAC. 2, just because you're beneath the legal limit, it doesn't mean that you won't get a DUI or a DWI if your driving causes an officer concern. 3, being informed and knowing your BRAC or the BRAC of your designated driver is just common sense, and it should be a part of your safe plan to get home safely. Number 4, have a plan to get home safely, okay? And to do that, make one of our trusted breathalyzers a part of that plan. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I know it was short and sweet. Tune in tomorrow for our weekly Friday Fun Facts, where we arm you with fun facts about alcohol consumption before you head into the weekend. Thanks again for hanging out. Please remember, share the roads responsibly, friends. Look out for our little ones, okay? Because, you know, school is about to start. Look out for our little ones in the school zones. Give blood when you can. Remember, there's never a time a family doesn't need your life-saving blood. So give it. You'll make more. And remember our golden rule. Never forget, when you feel different, you drive different. Drive sober.